so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Fuck you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 30. Getting up there in numbers. My name is Casey, also known as Razanon. I am joined, as always, by this noisy dumb fuck opening cans in front of his microphone named Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on? Did that make a noise, really? Did you hear that?
It sure as fuck did.
Yeah. Well, it's a Yeti cup. It's high quality, so it makes a lot of noise.
We'll keep that in mind. So this is going to be a thick episode. I'm just warning you guys now. It's going to be a thick episode. It's going to be thick in terms of enthusiasm, alcohol consumption, and content. Because there's actually a metric fuck ton of things to talk about today. And there's also going to be quite a bit of
black helicopters
speculation, to put it kindly, to put it mildly on the pod, because there are a lot of news items to cover that give a very wide berth for speculation. That's BERTH. Read a book. Now, a couple announcements before we get started. I have the next 6 days off. And today was, or I have the next 5 days off. So I did a lot of work for the pod and stuff this afternoon, and I'm going to continue doing that throughout the next couple days. But yeah, the first thing I wanted to say, I officially can no longer keep up with the Discord. It's just absolutely bananas, dude. Everyone's chatting, firing on all channels. Super fun, super fantastic. Rest assured, I'm reading everything. I just can't reply to everything. Not until I quit my bullshit 9 to 5 job anyway. So that's been awesome. That's been fun. Tanner and I have been reading pretty much everything. I would say everything in my case. But yeah, I'm just unable to keep up. But that's a good problem to have. People are joining a bunch, and you guys are all talking amongst each other and answering questions, asking questions, etc. So thank you for that. That's been great. And make sure you join the fucking Discord if you haven't already, which I have conveniently linked for you in the chat, and that'll be in the show notes as well. So another little milestone we're creeping up on. We're almost at 1,000 listens per episode. When we started the podcast, it was like 50. And then like a month later, it was like 200. And then all of a sudden, it's just been fucking spiking up. And like every new episode's getting like 100 more listens than the last. I think the last one we have is like 700 or 800. So 1,000 will be cool. That's just for my, I don't know why I felt the need to tell you guys that, but I'm excited about it. And I want to be forthright with you guys. So, just keep that in mind. And rest assured, I'm going to be making a big fucking to-do about it when we get 1,000 listens for an episode. So I'll put it that way. You're going to hear about it again. If we cross that milestone, inshallah. So the shop has also been revamped. I just took out a bunch of items because there's like 5 pages of the same shit in it. So nothing has been added yet, but I've just kind of pruned it down to things you would maybe actually be interested in. And then a couple people have also been buying some stuff on the shop. So thank you to you boys. And also, if you have some self-esteem, then post a picture on social media and make sure you tag me so that I can repost it for clout. Let me use you. On top of you buying the merch, I also want to use you for clout. So, and if you're a female, then that applies to you times 10, obviously, because, and in fact, I may even reimburse your purchase if you're a female. How about that? Because if I post a picture of you wearing Dropshot merchandise, then you guys have been on the internet, so whatever. Anyways.
Are we posting pictures if a little boy sends it in and he's under 18?
Well, only if I'm in the picture and we have lattes in our hands. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
No Epstein. No Epstein. So. Anyways, so yeah, I am thinking of adding some more stuff to the shop. With that said, maybe something with like emotes on it. I don't really know. So if you guys have something you think would be cool to put on a t-shirt, let me know. I can add it. What else do we have here? So yeah, put those in the Discord suggestions page. Join the fucking Discord. Also, I've gotten some Patreon ideas fucking finally from you guys. So thank you for that. I've logged them all. Tanner and I haven't really talked about it yet, but I've been mulling things over. I've written everything down, so we're going to kind of brainstorm what we want to do with that. I was getting some conflicting opinions about like a tier to play with us or whatever. So I hear your guys' concerns. I will keep every opinion in mind on that. Did you want to add something, Tanner?
No, we could. We'll discuss the Patreon tomorrow. That's what we'll do. Maybe we'll have some ideas come Saturday.
Yeah, that would be nice.
We'll have an internal meeting.
Yeah, we'll have a Dropshot LLC Zoom meeting.
Shareholders meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I think we're gonna do a Q&A Saturday. I actually didn't run this by you, Tanner, but would you be cool with that?
Yeah, there's been a ton of questions in the Discord lately. Also, I didn't have time to say earlier when you were talking about the Discord.
Hold on.
So even like,
go ahead.
What do you mean? Okay, even like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I would usually only check the Discord at night and I would catch up on everything. But now it's actually so lit that I check it first thing when I wake up in the morning. I respond to stuff. Usually I check it again on my lunch break and respond, and then I check it again at night and I respond then. And then throughout the night when I'm on my computer, I'm responding. So it's absolutely fucking lit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are missing out if you're not part of that.
I agree. Yeah. I'm actually, dude, and by the way, to those of you who are posting a lot on the Discord, thank you. Because I think at least like 6 things have been brought to my attention on the Discord. Like, oh, like the first time I heard about the title for the next COD, it was from Corey in Discord. He just posted like, oh, the new COD name got leaked or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, it's been great and it's been actually helpful. So thank you. So, yeah, I'm drinking a Carl Strauss Mosaic IPA. It's really fucking good. It's the first time I've tried it. Low cap. I have no idea what that means. Okay. And then, so anyways, yeah, we're going to do a Q&A Saturday. So Tanner said we have some questions. I don't recall seeing that many, but even if we do have enough, still, now's your chance. Go to the Discord, submit some questions. There's a Q&A submission section on the Discord. So give us your questions. We'll hit as many as we can on Saturday before we need to be hospitalized for alcohol poisoning. Okay. And then, Tanner, you have a couple announcements as well.
So my first announcement, I think today marks the 28th day since I did my first stream. So not even 30 days. And I personally hit 125 followers, which is insane. I just want to thank you guys all for that. If you've ever just stopped by, watched me for 5 minutes, hit follow, I really appreciate that. It's extremely helpful. So I've had a lot of fun with that. The next thing I wanted to say is I ordered some of that Dropshot LLC merch. You guys can check that out here. I'm not kidding. It's the softest shirt I own. It's super soft. It fits great.
Chill.
There's a couple on there. There's like a regular cotton one, and then there is, what is this one called? It's like a softer material.
Ollie Tri-Blend, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know, but I paid like the $3 more because I like the softer shirts, and it is fucking soft. It's soft, it's tight, shows off my huge fucking biceps because I've been working out for 2 weeks. So, anyways, You guys should check out the merch page. It feels really good, and I'm not just saying that. It's actually a really nice quality shirt. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. So,
yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna backpedal here. The quality of the shirt is a shirt quality. It's not shit quality, I think is what Tanner means to say. It's a shirt, you know. If you bought a shirt, it feels like a shirt. I have one too.
Wrong.
I mean, okay, in my opinion,
in the chat.
it's a good shirt, and it has the Dropshot logo on it, which makes it a fantastic shirt, of course. But as far as, you know, I don't know. It's not fucking, I don't know, whatever. Okay, well, Tanner can go. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, okay, so that's it for announcements. Here's the last announcement. After the announcements from now on, I'm going to do a little jingle so that those of you who are listening and you want to skip the announcements because they usually last 45 minutes, you can just keep scrubbing until you hear this sound, and then you'll know that's when the podcast is starting. So I made this today. All right, so let's get started.
That was nice.
Thank you. It's just the same song. It's just later on in the thing, so it's in the same category. But let's get started. So, like I said, a fuck ton to talk about today. Starting with recent patches. So this week in WemDub. This week in MDub, Modern Warfare. New content and more. This is all courtesy of Charlie Intel. Okay, we're going to get to that in this. Jesus Christ. We're going to get to that in a second. This week sees a new update for MDub and Warzone. Are there actual notes here? I don't think there are. Okay. Let's see. So first of all,
everything we're going to go over.
We have Hard Hat, the multiplayer map. And this is from, I think, MDub 3. Am I correct on that, Tanner? Do you know?
You are correct, yes.
Okay, MDub 3. I had reservations about Hard Hat because it has like a lot of dust because it's a construction site. And I suspected it would be plagued by the same problems as the map Rust. And Rust was a good map, a decent map. I never loved it, but it was a decent map from an older Call of Duty game that once it was ported into Modern Warfare was fucking terrible because there's a bunch of dust particles on Rust because Modern Warfare and Infinity Ward think this is a fucking NVIDIA conference, and it's not. So there's a bunch of dust particles, and the visibility is even worse than typical Modern Warfare visibility is, and it makes the map almost unplayable, in my view. And I was afraid Hard Hat was going to be the same. I've played it a couple hours now, and the visibility is no worse than the average Modern Warfare map. So what I mean to say when I say that is that the... Jesus Christ. I have to finish this point, guys. I'm sorry. We'll get... Jesus Christ. Okay. What I mean to say is that the visibility in Hard Hat is, again, no worse than any other Modern Warfare map, which is a good thing. Now, is the visibility great? No. But that's because the visibility in Modern Warfare is fucking trash in general. So it's not as bad as Rust. So that's good. So all things considered, it's a decent map. It's actually pretty fun because it's a 3-lane map. And this goes back to the point that we've been fucking pounding home for the last 3 months since this podcast started, is that one of the biggest problems with this shit game is map design and the lack of 3-lane maps. And Grozny Raid is like the perfect example of the terrible design philosophy that Infinity Ward has seen fit to employ with this game. So any new map that is actually a recreation of an old map is a good thing. And I think Hard Hat is the same. How do you haven't played Hard Hat yet, right, Tanner?
I haven't played it, but you see, that's what I was kind of figuring. It's not a big enough map, doesn't have those long sight lines, so I was hoping the visibility wouldn't be horrible. So I'm glad it's not as bad as Rust.
Yeah, it's just like Arklov Peak, you know, like the Arklov Peak visibility. It's just an example. It's average as far as this game is concerned, but it's certainly not Rust, which is fantastic. So. All right, well,
Jesus.
Apparently
Christ.
there's a huge dick measuring contest here on twitch.tv/Razanon. You should watch live, by the way, Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. Pacific. Now look, I can't read off all these names or else this podcast is going to be Alex Jones on JRE length. But I don't even know if I can do this math. Okay. Nicomas, I'm going to take it one point at a time. Nicomas gave 20 subs, gifted 20 subs for a total of 25 in this channel. And then Vaping Viking did 25 in this channel for a total of 39. And then Nicomas did another 10 for a total of 35. And then Viking did 10 for a total of 49. And then Viking just did another 10, I guess, for a total of 59. So, Viking and Nicomas, Jesus Christ, thank you so much. That is insane. I'm literally speechless. I don't know what to say, but thank you boys both so much. Holy shit. Everyone who's ever seen my thumbnail on Twitch is now a sub. That's basically what's happened here. So many gifted subs, dude. Thank you guys so much, dude. Holy fucking shit. I think that's a total of what? 45 for Viking, 30 for Nicomas. Dude, thank you guys fucking so goddamn much. I really appreciate both of you. I'm honored, I'm privileged, I'm humbled. I'm blessed. Nicomas is now a VIP in this chat. So generous, dude. Thank you boys both so much. I really appreciate both of you. Trying to get my purple disc roll, so keep that in mind. Nicomas, you have to you'll automatically get your purple Discord roll, brother. You have to link your Twitch account into your Discord account. So go into your Discord settings and then link your Twitch, and then it'll automatically make you purple. You don't have to gift fucking 80 subs in my channel. Although I appreciate it.
Now you tell them that, damn.
Get baited, idiot. But no, seriously, thank you, dude. But yeah, now you know. You just make sure you link that shit the fuck up. I'm trying to get in some last minute tax write-offs. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Excuse me. I'm just fucking with you, dude. Thank you both so much, boys. All right, so moving on here. Thank you very much, boys. There's the Operator Ghost Classic Ghost skin, which we went over because the artwork for it was leaked. It looks dope. That's in the store. And then there's some other shit that the bundle comes with. Like I said, I like Hard Hat, all things considered. And it plays relatively well. And the tunnel that I was worried about at mid on Hard Hat is actually less of an issue than I thought, because it's bigger than I remember it, and it's actually got decent visibility, like more visibility than I remember it having. So Nicomas with 10 more gifted subs, dude. Let's fucking go, dude. Holy shit. All right, Nicomas. Here, how about this, dude? Give me your Discord info and I'll log in and link your Twitch account for you. I'll do all the work, dude. I'll do all the work. You've earned it, dude. You've earned it. But thank you so much, dude. both of you boys. I really appreciate both of you. Very kind, very generous, honorable, and charitable. And I hope this can actually be a tax write-off. I suspect it can't. Although maybe you could classify this as a charity, like a donation, in which case it would be a tax write-off. And then if it puts you in a lower tax bracket, you actually make money because you pay less in taxes. I think that's what adults do. I wouldn't know. I make 30 grand a year on a good day. So keep that in mind.
It's going to be about 40 after Viking and Nicomas are done.
Well, we'll keep that in mind. So OG COD players avoid that tunnel with their life. True. So anyways, yeah, it plays pretty well. And I'm curious to get Tanner's opinion on it once he plays it. Isle 9 was also added, a new gunfight map. I saw in the Discord, this is another thing I learned from the Discord, it is pretty big as far as gunfight maps go. That can be good or bad. It can be good if it's not like Hill. Because Hill is big, but you can't fucking see anyone at any time. But Isle 9 leads me to believe that it's like a subset of like Superstore, in which case visibility in general will not be an issue. So I haven't played it yet though, but I will give you guys my opinion on that once I do. The 3v3 playlist will host TDM, kill confirmed, grind, and domination. Oh, what the fuck? So 3v3 dom? That's interesting, Tanner. All right, well,
yeah,
I didn't
hear about that. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I would have been playing it. Interesting. Okay. Well, then maybe I should have tried that. But anyways, so keep that in mind. Blood Money Quads drops back into Verdansk. So I think this is just Plunder 4s, which it is. And then it's like you get extra money for assassinations, and then every kill guarantees dropped cash. So those are some things to keep in mind. This is also really a good change that was implemented with this patch. A change to the Gulag weapons and a new item. So for the Gulag now, it's all automatic, fully automatic weapons. So SMGs and ARs only. No more pistols. No more getting 1D'd like it's 2005 and you're playing CSGO for the first time. It's AKs, M13, Kilo, Ram, Striker, and then a bunch of other subs as well, which is interesting. However, there are sadly still stuns and flashes in the playlist, which completely ruins Gulag. So it doesn't matter what kind of weapon you're using if there are still flashes and stuns, sadly.
It's so dumb. So dumb, dude.
It's the dumbest thing in the world. So once they take those out, I'll actually enjoy the Gulag system. Until then, I won't. So keep that in mind. And then the armor box is a new item available in all modes in Warzone. And I want to get Tanner's opinion on this. Similar to a munitions box, this item can be used by the entire team to replenish their armor before or after an engagement. Find the armor box in ground loot, supply boxes, or purchase it at a buy station to make sure you're protected before you get into a battle. How do you feel about this?
I'm okay with it. I do have one question though. It says it replenishes their armor. So do you think if you have an armor satchel, you're getting 8 then, and your teammate may only be getting 5?
That's a great question. That's what I was gonna confirm. That's what I was gonna follow up with. I don't know.
Can anyone in the chat confirm? Has anyone played?
Because the interesting thing is, like, the munitions box performs differently in Warzone than it does in multiplayer. In Warzone, it just fills you up, as far as I can tell. But in multiplayer, it only gives you, like, a magazine or 2. Like, it won't just fill your ammo. So I'm curious if the armor box is just going to completely fill it up, and how Armor Satchel will impact that. And Nicomas says it does. He can confirm it will fill up to 8. Thank you, Nick. Okay, I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it.
I think it's cool, I guess. It's another one of those things I don't think anybody thought of and nobody saw it coming. I'm not entirely opposed to it though. I think it's okay. Cuz you can buy it now, right? Yeah, you buy it at a buy station.
You can buy it, or you can like pick it up like a munitions box. Yeah. And if it's as rare as a munitions box, then
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to pick it up very often. So I like it. It's definitely going to be stronger than a munitions box, though. I'm actually not sure if I like it because let's say your team has a really strong start and you're playing 4s. And then you have a bunch of money. And then like 2 of you buy a munitions box, 2 of you buy an armor box, and then you just camp a building for the rest of the game. And on top of having armor satchels, which is also another pro camping item, it makes it easier to camp to have an armor box. It also makes it easier to rush, but it's more of a benefit to campers than it is to people who are actually moving their characters around the map. So I think we're going to have to see how matches are played. But in general, I'm actually not sure how I feel about this. I kind of have mixed feelings. It's definitely convenient, but it seems like it shouldn't fill up armor automatically. I feel like it should give you like 3 plates. Like each teammate 3 plates. That seems decent to me. You know?
Filling it up is a little nutty, actually.
I mean, you could get up to 32 armor plates from that. In theory. You know, that's insane. So.
Yeah.
Oh, they hold 20 plates total. Okay, interesting. Still, that's a lot, though. Either way, it's a fuck ton, so. So anyways, that got added. And then a new limited time mode, Classic BR. I don't know if this is in the game yet, actually. Is it? Maybe it is.
I didn't think so. I haven't seen anybody talk about it if it is.
I haven't seen it either. So I'm not sure if this is in yet, but it's coming soon. And this is exactly what it sounds like. No buy stations, no contracts, no gulag. You drop in, you pick shit up, you get kills with it, and that's it. You just have to play it as if it was PUBG. Which is interesting. It is a limited time mode, which is the only reason I'm not going to invest a bunch of time into like practicing it. But if it was not a limited time mode, I would be very interested in this. I just can't get excited about LTMs. Like I can't, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know they're going away. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyways, that's it for that. Let's see. And then we had a patch. And this is going to cover some similar stuff and then some new stuff. So we're going to go through the patch notes. Some interesting things to talk about here. So the new map, a new endowment pack. So if you want to support the troops, get another tax write-off, Viking, I'm talking to you. You can buy that, and then you can tell the IRS that your purchase to blizzard.net was a fucking donation. Good luck explaining that one on your audit. And then we also have some new playlists. Realism Mosh Pit with night vision goggles. Reinfected Ground War. Don't know what that is. Realism Mosh Pit with night vision goggles sounds like absolute death, by the way. So
yeah,
I'm going to avoid that like fucking... I was about to make an off-color joke there. Core Ground War. So just regular ass Ground War is back. Blueprint Gunfight, which we went over. The Isle 9 playlist we went over. And then Hard Hat 24/7, which I've been playing the fuck out of to get used to Hard Hat. So those are the playlists in right now. In Warzone, we've got solos, trios, and quads. What's missing there, Tanner?
Duos. That's crazy.
And whose fault is that?
It's coming next week, I promise.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
It's coming next week, guys. I swear.
So let me ask you, do you have any...
I swear.
Do you have any new theories on why we still have not gotten fucking duos yet?
Bug fixes, dude. Come on. They don't put out a patch if it's full of bugs.
So dumb.
They're working on it, dude.
I don't get it, bro.
Just chill out. It'll come.
I literally don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing new to say on this topic other than I'm frustrated that we still don't have fucking duos. Yeah, so to remind everyone listening, they said they haven't released duos because it's buggy. But how is there a bug that exists not in 1s, not in 3s, not in 4s, but is somehow endemic to 2s? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But at the same time, if that's not the case, why else wouldn't they release it? So maybe it does make sense, and maybe I just don't understand, but it's pissing me off. And they have so much money. Figure it the fuck out. Everyone wants duos. I want duos so bad, but we still have to wait. So Blood Money Quads, which is again Plunder 4s, Armor Box. This is interesting. Added Most Wanted contracts back in addition to the other 3 contracts. None have been removed. So given that they're adding these contracts and they're keeping regular ass bounty contracts, Tanner, how do you, let me recap before I send it to Tanner. The Most Wanted contracts are, you pick it up and then you have, and then you are marked on everyone else's map for 3 minutes. And if you survive for 3 minutes, if anyone's dead on your squad, they automatically get respawned, redeployed. And then you also get some money and maybe gear. Although I think it's just money in the respawn thing. I'm not sure. So that is how the contract works. They had added this previously to replace the typical bounty contract where you pick it up, follow people, find them, fuck their ass, and then you get money. This is like the inverse of that. So now they've added them again, but they're not going to be replacing bounty contracts. So now there's 4 total contract types. How do you think this is going to perform now, Tanner?
I think it's going to perform better. I don't know why they took bounties out before. It was so dumb having just the Most Wanted. I'm fine with 4 different contract types. I mean, are we ever going to pick one up over a bounty? No. So it doesn't really matter to us.
And
I don't
you
give
just
a fuck.
You just can't pick up a different contract for 3 minutes. You just have to wait.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
So no, it's fine. I'm glad they added another type of contract in, and I'm glad regular bounties are in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to make the rewards so much better for this to ever be worth taking. And also, what was I gonna say? I'm curious what the density of Most Wanted contracts is going to be, because last time when they added Most Wanted contracts, there were so many that everyone picked them up, and then every enemy was marked on your map, which meant it was not dangerous at all to pick it up. There was no risk. So it was like all of the risk and huge reward payoff was moot because everyone was marked. So I'm curious if there are going to be as many Most Wanted contracts now as there were in their first iteration. So
hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Some more loot. The new SKS is in the loot pool, so you can pick that up. An AX50, a Kilo, a FAL, an MP7, and an AUG. And then the Gulag, as we went over briefly, Kilo, M4, AK, M13, SCAR, Ram 7, MP5, Augie, P90, and then the Striker 45, aka the UMP. So you'll notice those are all full auto weapons. So that's interesting. And then we have some general fixes here. We're gonna skip over most of these. I'm just gonna kind of hit on the ones that are particularly important. But if you wanted to see the full notes, you can go to charlieintel.com. Let's see. Literally none of these are of interest to me. Tell me if you see something you want to hit, Tanner, in these notes. We're definitely gonna hit some of this stuff, but
what about the hold to use?
Oh yeah, where is that?
Towards the top. It's like the 6th one down.
Okay, so for those of you who play on PC like us, PC Master Race, actually even maybe for console players, listen to this. Added a hold to use option that allows you to choose between a hold or a press for the interaction button on keyboard and mouse. Now, why the fuck does this matter at all? Well, the use button is what you double tap after you mollywop your C4 to detonate it midair. And if you use C4 in this way, then you will be very familiar with the problem of throwing a C4, double tapping it, and then your dumb character picks up the fucking X16 that's on the ground. And now you threw a C4, you threw it in the wrong spot, you didn't get any kills anyway, and now you're sitting here with your dick in one hand and a shitty pistol in the other hand. No more. You can change the option to be hold to use so that the C4 should work. So when you throw the C4, you double tap your use button, it'll explode, and even if there's a weapon on the ground right in front of you, it shouldn't go off in theory. We will see how well it works, but this is exciting for C4 users. I don't think there's any other reason to give a shit about this, though. But you should be using C4. And if you are, then you should be excited about this. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Let's keep going here. So yeah, I'm going to keep scrolling. This is what I really wanted to talk about with this patch. Number 1, weapons. Renetti. Reduce the max ammo reserve. Doesn't really matter. The burst mod. Significant hip spread increase. In other words, that's a nerf. So your hip fire reticle went from small to larger if you're using the burst fire barrel on the Renettis. And then there was also a small decrease to damage. I watched an exclusive Ace breakdown on this. And again, I say it every stream, strongly recommend you subscribe to that young man on YouTube, Exclusive Ace. He breaks these down really well. But the small decrease to damage was a little more than small. It was pretty sizable. And then this is the big point. Reduced damage when akimbo and the burst are both equipped. This thing was fucking gutted. It was gutted. It's shit now. It is shit now. So do not use the Renetti burst fire akimbo because it's just not very good and there are so many better secondary options now. If you're looking to use a good secondary, my recommendation is akimbo M19s with lightweight trigger, 5 milliwatt laser, 32 round mags, stippled grip tape, I think, and monolithic suppressor. They kill insanely fast. And those were my go-tos, and they were Syrian's go-tos, which was why they were my go-tos, because I'm a parrot and I copy things. Before the Renettis were released, because they're fucking gross. And they haven't been touched. They haven't been nerfed. So they're still fucking gross. So I recommend strongly that you guys give those a try. Especially if you've been using the akimbo snake shot, the akimbo Renettis, and you're kind of used to the akimbo pistol thing. The M19s have the fastest fire rate of all the pistols, especially with lightweight trigger. And then you throw 32 round magazine in each one, and you put on 2 of them. Well, shit dies fast, real fucking fast, and it's really fun to use. So I would strongly recommend that be your secondary. What is going to be your secondary now, Tanner? Now that the Renetti's been gutted, or are you just an overkill child? Okay.
First off, why don't you relax? I was never a Renetti akimbo kitty ever. The Renetti by itself I thought was pretty good and semi-automatic. I actually use it that way. I still just use the Deagle as my secondary though. I used to hate the Deagle. It's a trash secondary if you're not the greatest at aiming. Like if you know, be honest with yourself. If you're not that good at aiming, don't use the Deagle. But if you think you have decent aim, the Deagle is really good because you can also kill at a far range, and that's what I like about it. So instead of reloading, you know, on ground war, you can kill somebody that's like 30, 40 meters away with, you know, between 2 and 4 shots, and it's pretty simple to do. So I use that. I don't think I'm going to change anytime soon. No, I'm not going to try your dumb shit akimbo M19s. Don't fucking care. I like having range with my secondary as well, so.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so get pissed about it. I'm not using it. Keep that in mind.
The only point that I'll concede to Tanner is that it is nice to have range with your secondary. And that is the only thing the akimbo M19s lack. So if you're using like a, I don't know, if you're using like an Odin, because you're on like Arklov Peak, pretty long, pretty big map, and you run out of ammo and you want to finish some dude who's 30 meters away, your akimbo M19s aren't going to do it. That's when it's nice to have like a deagle or really any pistol that's that you can aim down sights with. So that is fair. But if you're, again, like I said, if you're in the akimbo groove, then the M19s are a great choice. And I strongly encourage you guys to give them a try. They're they're disgusting. They're better than you guys probably think. Let's catch up on chat here. Claptimus Prime with the 5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go. Claptimus, thank you so much, dude. Shani, Bite Me Hard. Third Eye Blind, great band, 90s kid. Swotorisa, Swotor, and Daddy Dubstep. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. And Claptimus, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the gifted subs, man. Very kind of you. Very generous of you, sir. And welcome to the stream. If you just got here, I don't know if you did. Let's see. Chat's been popping off.
I know. Damn, is it like our Discord? Popping the fuck off.
Could you disperse here? What's up, Mace? That's a Swozor reference. Oh, fuck, Viking. That sucks. Texting over speeding. 77 and a 60? I don't know either, dude. I don't know the state laws there. That sucks, though, man. I'm really sorry to hear that, dude. Fuck. That sucks. That sucks, dude. At least he gave you a choice, I guess? That's kind of weird. Did he have a mask on? You should report him to the fucking governor of Oregon. Just text the fucking snitch hotline like Tekashi69. So dumb that California did that. You fucking cuck, Newsom. You cuck, Newsom. You stupid fucking cuck. So anyways.
He's pissed.
Did you hear that everyone was just sending that hotline dick pics?
No, I didn't even hear about that.
Dude,
what's this hotline?
Gavin Newsom said, like, report people that are breaking quarantine.
Oh my god, that's
and
hilarious.
Here's the number to text if you like suspect someone, and we'll give you a cash reward. And then everyone just flopped out their average sized cocks and sent dick pics to the line, and they shut it down. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh, they shut it down?
Yeah, of course they did, because they were getting dick pics.
That's hilarious.
It was just 4chan. Yeah, it was fantastic. So, thoughts on the deagle? It's really good. Severing. You just have to be able to aim with it, like he said. A few things. One, Sarah J. K. Damn,
Wrong.
He doesn't. Oh, that's his.
Wrong.
Is that his pick for his one and only FAP?
I guess so. Wrong, but yeah.
They can add leaning in the game and take away mounting. PUBG console ran it no problems. I just don't know what the keybinds are for that, but I don't disbelieve you. What's good? I'm fucking over being essential. Missed the past few live pods. Here's some fire. Hell yeah, dude. You love to hear it. Well, Claptimus, thanks for the fire, dude. Yeah, I don't know about the leaning thing. That's interesting, though. But, yeah, I'm essential as well, sadly. But I had some PTO stored up, so here we are. Shout out the drop pod for the Gulag tips. Did we give Gulag tips? Are you asking for Gulag tips? If you're a real pro, you would use a Joker and splash kids from downtown. That's a K for me. Sorry, Jake, I'm trash. I don't think you're trash, Gift Curse. If you listen to this podcast for like 5 episodes, your KD is going to go up 20%, guaranteed. Damn. So keep that in mind. How about no more mounting or leaning like COD? I like leaning. I agree that mounting is fucking dumb, though. So, anyways. Oh, I gave you a couple episodes ago. Oh, nice gift. Well, I'm glad we could help you, sir. Next thing here, foul decrease to ADS time. It's negligible. It is negligible, but it did get buffed slightly. Scar, same thing. Scar's decrease to ADS time is more noticeable. So the Scar got a bigger buff, but it's still not great. At least not in multiplayer. Because it's still ADS is too slowly, but more importantly, if they wanted to buff the Scar to be on par with other assault rifles, it didn't need a bonus to ADS speed. It needed a bonus to sprint out time. It's not that the ADS speed is too slow necessarily. It's that the sprint out time is too slow, in my opinion. That's why the Scar is just never going to be as good as like an M4, a Ram, or a Grau, in my view. LMGs lowered ammo count for reload warning. Okay, so we're going to continue. Reduced penalty for holding breath too long with sniper scopes.
That's pretty big, actually.
That is kind of big. So if you're like holding your breath too big and then your guy like like he just fucking came out from being waterboarded, and his scope moves around the entire you know, map.
Black helicopters.
Then that penalty has been reduced significantly. So keep that in mind. What else do we have here? Vlk Rogue got buffed a lot. Faster fire rate. Increased close damage range for the 12 gauge, which I think is slug rounds. And then increased damage range to the 6-inch revolt barrel, which I think is like the short barrel for that gun. So that got some love. It's still not great though. Holger 26, increased movement speed, ADS time, and then a slight recoil reduction. Those were all pretty sizable buffs, but it is still not great. It is still not great because it's an LMG with assault rifle attachments. That's why it's not great. So you can't make an LMG. So if you spend 5 attachments making an LMG and AR, then you have an AR. But I could also just equip an AR and then put on 5 attachments that make the AR a better AR. Does that make sense? Anyway, Holger's pretty good. It's still not great though. And then a couple other changes to some attachments that we're not going to go over here. Let's see. Warzone. Some bug fixes. This is interesting. Reduced the RPG kill radius for players with full armor. When you read that, Tanner, just give me all of your thoughts while I go collect a beer.
Well, here's the thing. I have some thoughts, but I also heard in Exclusive Ace's video what actually happened.
Okay. I'm listening.
Is that what you're eventually going to get to?
Hey, how about you just have an original thought and just say whatever the fuck you want? And then if you say something...
Of course it sounds fantastic. What am I supposed to do? Oh, that sounds bad. I want the RPG buff. You're a fucking idiot. Of course it sounds good. Reduce the kill radius. Of course it sounds great.
Okay. So
did it happen? No, it's not going to happen. They lied.
So, okay. Well, here's what I would say. First of all, the problem with the RPG was not the kill radius. It was the damage radius. Number one. I mean, the kill radius is a subset of its damage radius. But I don't want you to fix a subset of the damage radius. It is the damage radius in general that needs to be fixed. So, first of all, I shouldn't be getting one-tapped by an RPG with full armor in Warzone, period. Unless it's literally a direct impact or like right at my feet within half a meter. Number one. Second of all, it's weird to me that they say reduce the RPG kill radius for players with full armor.
Yep.
So if I don't have full armor, is the kill radius exactly the same as it was before this nerf? Like the RPG is going to have less radial damage depending on whether or not I have armor. So, first of all, learn how to write fucking patch notes, Infinity Ward, because this doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense. The game is not going to take into account whether or not I have armor to determine how wide the radial kill should be. So, that the notes don't make sense. But it also, again, it doesn't have anything to do with kill radius. That's not my concern. My concern is damage radius. Because I ran EOD in Warzone with full armor, and I got shot by an RPG twice at probably 7 meters, and it killed me, or it downed me, whatever. And that's way too big of a damage radius. So the correct way to nerf the RPG is to significantly reduce its splash damage in Warzone. That is the problem. That is why the RPG is so OP, is because you can be behind cover, and as long as someone knows you're in the neighborhood, in the cul-de-sac, then they can kill you, which is disgusting and dumb and anti-fun, and it requires no skill because, again, all you have to do is shoot into the correct cul-de-sac, and then you're going to kill someone, which is stupid. So the way to fix the RPG is to very simple, reduce the damage radius. I don't even think it should do less damage. I think it should do the same amount of damage within a 0.5 meter radius from the point of impact as it does now. But the splash damage beyond that 0.5 should drop off precipitously and exponentially. Because right now it does way too much damage, way too far outside of its explosion in a circle, which is gross. And shockingly, they fucked this up. Exclusive Ace has cause to believe that it actually does more damage now. So welcome to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, where the patch notes make no goddamn sense. They lie to you, and when they try to fix things, they actually break them more. So we don't have any details on that yet, but I trust Exclusive Ace, and he alluded to that. He's going to do some more testing, but we will see what happens when his next video comes out on that topic.
You know, another thing I've never heard anybody say is nerfing the RPG could also, if they increase the reload time like 1.5 seconds, I think even that would help a lot. It's also the fact that if you're running in the open or something, somebody fires an RPG, hits your foot, they can reload so quick and fire another round before you have time to, you know, get around a wall that's 10 feet in front of you because the reload time is so quick. It's like you have sleight of hand on with it. I think that's something very easy and simple they can add in there. Just an extra 1 to 2 seconds. I think that would make a big difference as well.
That would help. And what else would help as well is reduce the number of reserve launcher ammo you can hold.
Yeah,
you should be able to have one loaded and then like 3 max.
2 to 3, yep.
2 to 3 max in your
reserves.
reserves.
Warzone? 8 extra? 6 extra?
I think it's literally 7 or 8 extra.
It's way too many.
Way
we know
too many.
that.
Way too many. So,
especially for how easy it is to find it, and then always like, oh, once you run out of ammo, you just ask your 3 other teammates, "Do you guys have rockets?"
That
hey,
too.
Every single teammate has 7 rockets. Here
That
you go,
too.
buddy.
Mhm.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, they could also make launcher ammo way more rare. I always have launcher ammo. Now, I don't use an RPG because I'm not a fucking dog shit cunt. But if I was, then I would always be stocked full of fucking launcher ammo. So I want to get your input on this. Final circle now moves in the BR. What the fuck does that even mean? Number one. And if you know what it means, then what do you think that's good or not?
Okay. Number one, of course I know what it means. Read it. The final circle moves. When you get down to the last circle, it's going to move. So remember that last game we won? It was me, you, and Ben. That dude was on the roof. We were below. If that circle was moving at the end, he could have won that game. If it had moved one direction and he stayed in the middle of it.
So the center of the circle moves, is what you mean.
The entire circle moves. It's not going to... Well, hold on. Now I'm confused because it's constantly shrinking for the last one. So is it shrinking and moving? Yeah, now I'm confused.
That's okay. So you were trying to make me sound like I'm the asshole, right?
Yeah, I forgot Razano has 200 IQ.
And now you've exposed yourself, and now you're the asshole. So
yeah, damn, that's crazy. Actually, I guess it moves.
I guess what that must mean, though, what that must mean is that in addition to shrinking, the center of the circle also moves around the map, which is weird. How do you feel about that?
I like it. I think it adds another little skill set and depth to the game. You're having to think ahead, move around, know that you have to move. You know, you can't just get to where the circle is and hide right in the middle knowing it's going to close there. Because that could be, you know, if it's in a building, somebody could know where it's going to be. They can sit in some random fucking closet or corner and hide and just know that the other players are outside or something and won't even be able to get in, you know, something like that. So
I agree.
I like it. Makes people move a little bit more at the end.
I agree 1000%. Because on the final circle, all you have to do is find the midpoint and then camp the building there. And then you know you're going to be in the gas. So I agree with you. I do like that change a lot. Assuming we're understanding what it means, which I think we must be, because what else could that possibly mean? So,
yeah,
you know, so that's a good change. I agree with you 100%. Viking with the gifted sub to Young Gore-Tex for a total of 60 fucking gifted subs.
Jeez.
Viking, thank you so much, dude. And Claptimus and Nick as well. Thank all of you boys so much. Very appreciated. And Young Gore-Tex says, "What's up, boys? Boish. First time live. I'm usually working. I'm a little late. It's all good, brother. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here live. Enjoy the rest of the show. We're going to be doing some Warzone after the pod on Tanner's channel. So you may or may not be able to stick around for that. And welcome to the community, sir. Fantastic. Fantastic. So let's move on here. Yeah, the most wanted contract had the time reduced from 5 to 3 minutes, which I think I alluded to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is interesting. Replace shield turret with armor box at buy stations, although the shield turret is still lootable. That's fine, I guess. If you bought a shield turret, you're the most sus. So I think that's, I guess, a good thing, right?
They probably looked at the statistics and saw that only 4 shield turrets were purchased since Warzone was out, so they got rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so the next section is special operations, which we're skipping. So if you want to hear about special operations, find a new podcast. And then after that, we also wanted to go over special operations survival. Just kidding. Don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's different or not. Don't care also. And if you wanted us to go over those notes, find a different podcast. So keep those things in mind.
Isn't that the PS4 exclusive game type
I believe
that they
it
were all
is.
bragging about before the game came out? Because they were on PS4 and they had access to that.
all the Xbox.
Joke's on them now.
Yeah, joke's on them. Joke's on them. The hottest up and coming podcast in gaming doesn't even cover it because it's irrelevant. So next up here, another little news item or patch note rather. May 19th playlist update. I don't know if this is going to be anything really different. Apparently there was a BR Trios issue, which has since been fixed. And then some other bugs as well. So that's it for that one. Glad I added that. And now this is where we're going to get into a little bit of speculation. So a little specky boy. Certain vaults are now accessible in COD Warzone. So Tanner and I talked about these a lot and speculated what could be inside of these vaults. And it's nothing crazy. And I'm not terribly surprised by what is inside the vaults. And I'm also relatively pleased with what's in the vaults. So we're going to go over what exactly is in there and then we'll talk about it. So let's see. Following the newest patch, iDub added the ability to open some of the vaults and bunkers across the map using key cards to enter. Users have been able to get into new locations on the map now and found new loot boxes, areas to get more items, and more teasers as Season 4 approaches in early June. So we're going to get into Speculation City relatively soon. But this is Phase Dirty, Phase Up. Any Phase members in the chat? Sign me. And then also... we're going to watch this little video together, boys. So this is from Phase Dirty, and he's inside the vault. So let's watch. 30 seconds here.
Holy shit. What?
So I think this guy may have been the first one to get inside the vault.
Oh my god.
And there's just, if you're listening to this, there's just a fuck ton of loot boxes in here.
That's nuts.
And a lot of them have like kill streaks and other legendary shit in them.
Oh, you can
Looks like a lot of money as well. Stopping power rounds.
Where would this lead?
And then that's pretty much it for that video. So basically, there's no loadout drop in this vault, at least. Nor is there any gas immunity as far as I can tell, which makes sense. But there's a shit ton of really good loot, which makes them worth going into if you can. So they've also found this. Here's another video for you guys. A telephone. Oh, that's a GIF. Okay, let's try this again. Play. And I don't know. He just answered it, I guess. He got a circle. Do you get a circle peak automatically for answering this phone, Tanner? Is that what this is?
I don't know. Not that I had heard of.
Anyway, there was a voice in Russian, and it translates to, in English, all forces, the base is captured, change the encryption right away. Roger, they're getting closer. And then there's also some images of, you guys can see here, pretty small, but there is a nuke that is inside there. It's just sitting in a case. It's not like you can call it yet. So, so that's interesting.
Yet.
So I guess we were kind of correct about our vault predictions, wouldn't you say, Tanner?
I would say we were close enough.
Close enough.
We
yeah.
haven't been correct on duos, but we were close enough on
No,
those.
you haven't been correct on duos, actually. I haven't fucking prognosticated about duos at all, because who the fuck knows? And then there's a couple more information. Sorry, pieces of information about Bunker 11 in Warzone. New secrets revealed. Let's see. Let's see. So, getting into Bunker 11 unlocks a new SMG blueprint, which we're awaiting info on what it is, which is interesting. So, you guys can see this image right here. When you pick up the MP7, it says you unlock a blueprint. Now, do you actually unlock a blueprint? Absolutely fucking not. Once you pick it up, it gives you a message that you unlocked a blueprint. You didn't actually, because when you exit the game or whatever and then go to your blueprints, there's no new MP7 blueprint. Is this a bug? Probably.
Okay, timeout.
Is it intended? Probably not. Go ahead.
Timeout. They fixed it this morning. It was bug. It is it is appearing in people's loadouts now. It is accessible.
Interesting. Do we have any images of what it looks like?
Yeah. Click the next link.
Click the next link. Okay.
In our internal document. It's actually fucking fantastic looking, and I really want it.
Okay. So we're going to have to try and get in the bunker today. So.
Well, we're not, but yeah.
So, so now your next question may be, how the fuck do we get inside this bunker? And I have not been able to investigate this yet, but Tanner has done some investigation. So Tanner, how do we get inside this bunker 11?
So,
and is it all only one bunker that people have been able to get into?
Well, I think you can get into different bunkers, but bunker 11 is the one with the nuke in it, if I'm not mistaken, and that's the one with the weapon blueprint.
Got it.
So again, I haven't played since this patch, but from what I gathered, getting into the bunker is no easy task. It's extremely frustrating. There's 7 different phones on the map, and each game it spawns, or one of them will ring at some point. So teams will go and search all the locations. If you get to one and that telephone's ringing, I mean, they're all over the map, opposite corners of the map. There's 7 of them. So if you happen to find the one that's ringing, you interact with it. I also believe you may have to have the spotter perk. There's something involved with the spotter perk that you need in the bunker, or you're gonna need at some point. So you get that. Some Russian reads off some shit that we don't understand. We don't speak Russian. If you speak Russian, fantastic. You'll have an easy time with this. He gives some sort of coordinates to you, and you have to actually listen, or just guess. You have to listen to what the numbers are he's saying.
You should listen.
And then you have to go to those next 3 locations. So if he says 276, you have to go to those locations, which are other phones on the map. I believe they're phones. Other phones on the map. You have to go to those in that order. And then you do some... I think you answer those as well. I'm not positive. You interact with those, and then eventually at the last one, it gives you the key card. So you run to bunker 11, you enter this key card, it lets you in. And also you need to watch out, because I keep hearing people are camping at those bunkers, waiting for the minute the team opens it, and then they shoot them all, and then steal the card and go inside. So keep that in mind if you're actually attempting this. It sounds like entirely way too much work. This isn't Fortnite. We're not going to spend 4 hours just trying to do that. It is definitely interesting though that they brought this to Call of Duty.
So here's my question, Tanner. Before this patch, key cards were already dropping without having to go through all this rigmarole. So are those key cards still dropping without having to call 8 different phones? And if so, are those key cards actually doing anything, or are they still as ineffective as they were before this patch? Do you know?
I'm not positive about that. I do know if you kill the team that's carrying the key card on their way to Bunker 11, you can take it. But
Interesting.
I think you finding them on the ground or something, I think that was a bug.
Oh, really? That would make sense. That would make sense.
I'm not positive. Don't fucking quote me on that, but that's what I believe.
Okay.
That's what I've been led to believe.
Well, I really want this this blueprint, and then we're going to pull it up here. So if you guys aren't watching the video version, by the way, you can watch it live, twitch.tv/Razanon, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in the evening, Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can also go to YouTube, search for the Dropshot or Razanon. You can find the video version of the podcast there. You can also find it on Facebook, although I'm significantly lagging in that because my upload speed is about 700 kilobytes a second. So regardless, here is the blueprint now on your screens. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. It is called Mud Dropper. I've never heard the word dropper before, so let's just look that up.
Let's define that.
Okay, well, it's not a real word, so great. That's why I've never heard it, because it's not a real thing. But anyways, it actually does look pretty spicy. It's like a black MP7, and an MP7 is a great weapon, so it's a good weapon to have a blueprint for. And it's got like orange accents, a very Halloween themed weapon. Now, here's another question. Let's say our squad gets in this bunker. If you pick up the MP7, do we all get the blueprint or just you?
Shit. Damn, dude.
Good question, right?
I would imagine it's almost a gun that's stationary because as we saw in the video, when you pick
you could
it
do
up,
too is just pick it up and drop it.
Yeah, that too, since you can drop weapons now.
So that's interesting. Yeah, we're getting there, Smiley. What's up, dude? The key cards open all the other vaults, but you need the specific card for Vault 11. Good to know, Corey. Good to know. And yeah, so we will be looking into the process for opening these vaults more. We will have more information for you Saturday on how to do that. But with that said, if you are interested, I suggest you just Google it, and there are probably very good guides already out there with videos and graphics and in-depth instructions that you can follow as well. But we'll probably hit that on Saturday as well. But the blueprint looks good. That's the only thing I care about. It's the only reason I really want to get in these vaults. But we also have an MP7 blueprint for winning a gunfight tournament, which is probably going to be more rare than this one. So I'm not sure I'll ever use this, but
there's so many good MP7 blueprints.
I know, it actually pisses me off. So anyways, so that's cool. Here's another fucking thing. So this was not in the patch notes, which is shocking. I know. In this week's new update, and this is courtesy of Charlie Intel's Twitter at Charlie Intel, quote, in this week's new update, iDub added in a bonus calling card for players who win a match in Warzone. Here's the shocking part. It appears that it does not apply retroactively. You need another win to unlock after this week's update. Shocking. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. So it's called
Crazy.
Last One Standing, and it looks like this. You can see it on your screens here. It looks pretty cool, I guess. What do you think? How does it look to you, Tanner?
I think it looks actually really good.
I wouldn't go that far.
We need to get a dub tonight. It's pretty good. I like it.
It looks decent. First of all, whoever got this calling card, don't ever snap a picture on your fucking Samsung Galaxy 1 of your monitor and then submit that. Press the print screen button. We'll start there. Maybe he's a console peasant. Imagine using a console.
Jeez, dude.
But also, they're all jokes. They're all jokes. Console players, relax, buy a PC. But also there's text in the calling card, which I abhor. Don't put text in the calling card. This is art. This is not a book. I don't want you to write Call of Duty Warzone. Just make it art. Make it artful. Make it aesthetically pleasing. And if it's a cool calling card that's difficult to earn, people will know what it signifies. There's no art on my new calling card, but when anyone sees it, they shit their pants. Doesn't need to have a fucking illustration of what I did. It's just known in and of itself. So, keep that in mind.
Just wanted to say you guys are hilarious. I've been listening to the pod on Spotify.
Text-to-speech works. I didn't know that.
I finally caught you guys live, and I just wanted to say I really appreciate what you guys do. You make my day at work a lot more.
This text-to-speech bitch needs to talk faster.
Show Love 1000.
J. Farmakis. Thank you for the 1,000 fucking biddies, dude. Let's fucking go. Pokemon Go streamer and YouTuber found our small but vibrant and extremely humble community. That is interesting. We've actually gotten a surprising number of comments from people who do not play Call of Duty Modern Warfare who still listen to the podcast, which I find very interesting. Now, I suspect you also play MDub on top of Pokemon Go, but I appreciate the bits. That's very kind and generous of you, and welcome. I'm glad you found us live. Number 2, if you're not wearing a face mask while you're catching fucking Charizards, and I see you in real life, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Secondly. So, let's be safe. Let's be safe while we're on our augmented reality applications on our cell phones. But lastly, I appreciate the kind words, dude. Very nice of you. You make my day at work a lot more entertaining. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Thank you. And thank you for the bits, dude. Pokemon Go streamer. I always thought that that was a really cool thing to stream because it's like an amalgamation of an IRL streamer and a video game streamer. Because Pokemon Go requires you to leave your fucking house. So if you're streaming that, then you're streaming yourself like in the real world, but you're also like playing the game and trying to catch them all like Ash Ketchum. So that's cool. I run Warzone on the daily PvP stream from home. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, well, I appreciate that. I respect it, dude. I respect that. So.
I'm gonna get a drink before we start this next section, so you can keep going if you want.
Okay. Well, hey, I want to do the podcast, retard.
Okay.
Retard bitch. So hurry up.
I'm gonna get loose. So.
Are you gonna get a cocktail? Shout.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Should we take a little intermission?
No, but maybe. I have to piss so bad. Yeah, I'll get a cocktail briefly. So anyway, this is what the this next calling card looks like. And you know what? Tanner's right. We are gonna take an intermission. I'm gonna go pee out of my insanely large white penis into my toilet, and then I'm gonna get some ice, and then we're gonna continue because we still have a lot to talk about. So don't fucking go anywhere. Anyways, J. Farmakis. After the cheer with the 1 month sub. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Thank you for the sub, dude, and for the bits, man. Very kind of you. Much appreciated, sir. Cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you.
All right. That was a nice intermission. We should do that more often.
Yeah, God, my bladder is just empty, dude. It's as empty as your fucking brain.
Damn.
Shit on.
Jesus Christ.
All right, anyways, let's move on here. So,
like my monkey shoulder.
What?
It's a nice bottle. It's a nice bottle.
Oh yeah, I want to try that actually. Have you
it's
tried?
Standard. It's
standard.
It's about as average as you can get.
Just the most average. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right, well, so that was it for patch notes and things that have changed. But next we're getting into the
black helicopters
section of the stream. News and upcoming changes. So first thing to keep in mind here, if I can draw your attention to the projector class. Jay Faromkus keeps on giving with the 5 gifted subs, dude. Let's fucking go. Dude, thank you so much, man. Cubas, Grayson, shout out to Big Gray, Claiming Kira, Mr. Matt Dad, and Wax Ports. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. And Jay Farmakis. I should probably learn how to pronounce your name correctly if you're going to get fucking insane in the membrane like this. But thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate it, man. Appreciate the cheer, the sub, and the gifted sub, sir. I'm glad that I'm bringing you some value whilst you work. The extremely large penis is much funnier live. Where's Damascus and Viking? Well, Viking got a speeding ticket, so he might be getting hauled into the Oregon State Penitentiary right now. I hope not, but it's possible. And I don't know where Damascus is, actually. He was here earlier, but I don't know. I don't know where he's at. He's chilling. He's taking his time. He always listens to the pod. He's been here since basically day fucking 1. He's the boy. He's the boy. But regardless, dude, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Much appreciated, brother. Jay Pharmacus. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for the phonetic spelling, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you again, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Cubus has been subbed to me for 3 months, and he's gotten all 3 of them gifted, by the way. So keep those things in mind. So anyways, let's move on here. So first look at upcoming mastery calling cards for MW. So following the newest update, data miners. And by the way, can you data mine on a console, Tanner?
No, you can't.
You can't. Damn, that's crazy. Another reason to buy a PC.
That's
console
crazy. Peasants.
Have found a first look at the upcoming mastery calling cards feature that is coming soon to the game. Site COD Tracker has posted a look at the different calling cards that are coming to MW, which require players to complete weapon challenges in order to unlock, similar to that of Modern Warfare 2. Joel Emsley, who's a good follow on Twitter, by the way. I think he's Art Peasant, at Art Peasant, ARTPEASANT. Has been hinting at this feature for a while now, and we actually covered that tweet, saying it's been being finalized and tested before release, and now it looks like the release is almost here. And we're gonna take a look real quick. Shout out to Itchy. I totally skipped you. Sorry, I didn't do it on purpose. With a tier 3 fucking sub. Let's fucking go, Itchy. I think you're my first ever tier 3 sub, Itchy. For 9 months. Thank you very much, my friend. You know I love you, dog. And you better fucking be ready to dick kids around tonight, no Epstein, in Call of Duty Warzone. And for those of you listening, young Itchy, with the Founders Badge, by the way, that means he's one of my first 10 subs ever back in 2013. Probably 2014 when Affiliate was released or whatever. But he's been with me for quite a long time, so thank you, Itch. Easy dude, first or last. Heart. Hell yeah, dude. Hearts. Big hearts. Love you, Itch. Jay Pharmacus. 5 more gifted subs. The mad fucking lad, dude. Let's fucking go. Fazbruv, Fado, Strong and Nerdy, Big Daddy Bromigo, Razanon Spaghetti Arms. Welcome all 5 of you to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Jay Pharmacus, thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the fucking 10 total, 11 total subs, 10 gifted. But very nice of you, dude. Appreciate it. Much love, man. Much love. Much fucking love. So, what do we have here? Here's a look at the 357 calling card for earning Damascus. So we actually know how this is earned. You get Damascus. So if you have Damascus already, this actually shouldn't excite you that much. Unless you want to use a calling card for a weapon you're already done with, which would be every weapon. And then there are a few more. Oh, interesting. So for those of you who are listening, there are different calling cards. Okay. So for example, if you get the Deagle to Damascus, you get a mastery calling card and a mastery emblem that both pertain to Damascus. And then the same is the case for earning gold, obsidian, and platinum. You get an emblem and a calling card. But it is nothing outside of those camos. So these emblems and calling cards will tie in to existing challenges. So there will be new mastery calling cards and emblems. There will not be new mastery challenges. Tanner, your thoughts?
Jesus Christ. Disappointed. What the fuck? Why was this not in at launch then? What? Jesus Christ. They're so fucking dumb, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to already get them all right away, right? Basically.
Yeah.
Unless, like Bled said, they don't retroactively apply it since it's Infinity Ward.
I'm going to have to reset my account and earn Damascus again to get them all.
Yeah, Bled's
That's a
not
great
wrong.
joke.
Yeah.
That's a great joke.
That's a 10 out of 10 joke.
Yeah, well done on that.
I thought we were gonna have actually something else to grind for. I mean, it's, you remember we were
got that
excited
impression
about
too.
it for that reason.
Yep.
And now it's just, oh cool, we're already gonna get them. I mean, great, more content, but again, hey, you're 7 months too late.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
dude.
So, by the way, for those of you who are just listening, the calling card looks good, but it's not great, you know. And I'm never going to use a calling card for a weapon mastery. What I am excited about, though, here's the one silver lining for me. The fact that they all come with a calling card and an emblem, I like, because there are no emblems in this game that are difficult to earn. So the way I always I play Call of Duty is I look through all my calling cards, I figure out which one is the most difficult to earn, and then I earn it, and then I equip it. And that is my way of flexing on all these other fucking children who deign to be in my lobby. DEIGN, read a book.
Read a book, yeah.
So with calling cards, we have some of those. Warzone win, easier than the nuclear calling card, which I have and have equipped and will never change unless there's somehow a harder calling card to be unlocked. But with emblems, no such emblem exists. They're all easy to get. So I'm excited for this because I can now put like a Damascus emblem for whatever my favorite weapon is, or whatever weapon I feel like equipping, which would probably be a ram, I would say, is like my favorite overall. It's at least the most consistent for me. So that's kind of cool. But do you think you'll actually use any of these, Tanner?
I won't, because one, like you said, I have the nuclear calling card. Why would I use anything else? And number two, I also have the Season 0 100% Officer Ribbon completion, which Razanon does not have. So I'm also only going to use that. So I probably will never equip either of them.
My biggest regret is not getting that Season 0.
I'm very disappointed. It's not extra content. I was certain it was going to be more content, and they led us to believe that. Well, they didn't lead us to believe, but that's just what the default thought is.
Their lack of information led us to believe it, which is, again, their fault.
Well, in his defense, he probably didn't even know. He's just the artwork guy.
Yeah.
He's not the one fucking up the game. He's doing actually a good job.
Right, exactly, yeah. We're not pinning this on Joel. Shout out to @ArtPeasant. He's the boy. He seems like a nice dude. But Infinity Ward, we can place blame at their feet, absolutely, which we've done. But yeah, the art looks good, but yeah, no new challenges, no new content really. So it's just not great. Moving on. This is an interesting article. Warzone devs have long-term content plans for the game. In an interview with website US Gamer, Joe Seacott and Jeff Smith, alongside Ravens Amos Hodge, spoke about Warzone and its success and plans for the future. As part of the interview, US Gamer brought up to the developers again how they plan to integrate Warzone, a free-to-play title, into the yearly premium releases and navigate those conversations. So in the interview, the devs said they want this game to last longer than the usual 1 year cycle, which is interesting because we didn't actually have any confirmation of this the last time that an official statement was made about the life cycle or the future of Warzone in general. So this is already new information. Again, the devs say they want this game to last longer than the usual 1 year cycle and plan to support it with features and updates as long as it remains popular. That's an interesting phrase, and I'm not sure how to decipher it, but I'm going to move on here before we discuss it. That's the plan, quote, says Hodge, when I ask about the hopefully longer than usual lifespan for Warzone. Joe Seacott said in the interview that the studio plans to support this game as long as the players are there and will, quote, figure it out. They sound like Tanner. And will, quote, figure out as they go how to weave this into the yearly releases. As long as it's popular, he says, we're going to keep updating it. We're going to keep pushing it and figuring out how it fits in the future. So these are all interesting statements so far. What do you think any of this means, Tanner?
Well, there's been people thinking they're going to somehow change the game like next year to somehow relate it to COD 2020, like almost hand it over is what people were thinking, and to turn it into like a COD 2020 BR, which makes zero sense to me, right? Does that make sense to you? I don't understand how that would work.
Not at all.
It makes zero sense, but honestly, at this point, so I was completely wrong. I'll speak for myself. When Warzone came out, I personally thought it would be dead after 2 to 3 months, and I said that numerous times on the podcast, and boy, was I wrong. The exact opposite. Multiplayer is dead as hell, and people only play Warzone. I mean, there's huge streamers that, you know, usually play Fortnite, other games that are only playing Warzone right now, and it's still happening. And with these events like what's going on right now, they're all playing it because they're trying to get into these bunkers. So it is giving the big streamers a lot of content, and that's keeping them playing, and that's keeping more people playing that watch them. So
right, exactly.
I could see it happening if they keep up on the updates and keep events happening and all sorts of things. Dude, this could last, I think. I mean, it could. Who knows? Maybe it'll just end up being just a standalone BR like PUBG or something, and we'll still be playing it in 3 to 4 years.
The thing to me that's weird about that is like imagine if they had done that for Blackout, for example, okay? And then Modern Warfare comes out, which is a totally different game with a different time to kill, different art style, like everything, no operators. It's just so much different. But then you're still expected to be enthused about the BR of the old Call of Duty. I don't know if the player base, even these popular streamers, I don't know if they're going to be able to continue to be excited about a Call of Duty BR when that BR looks exactly the same as last year's Call of Duty. Or even further, the Call of Duty of 2 years ago, if they expect it to last that long. Does that make sense? Like, it would be weird right now if we were playing multiplayer on Modern Warfare and then we launched fucking Blackout to go play the BR, assuming the Blackout was crossplay and still supported. You know, like I think they are operating under the misapprehension that Call of Duty is Call of Duty, and every development team makes such a consistent game that they all feel basically the same, except for slightly better graphics and different weapons and maybe different perks. Whereas that's just not the case. Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare could not be more different. And I could confidently say the same for Modern Warfare and COD 2020. They're going to feel way fucking different. So it's going to be weird to me to have a Call of Duty BR that looks and feels exactly like last year's Call of Duty. So given all of those parameters, do you really think it's still going to be able to maintain its popularity once COD 2020 releases? Even after the honeymoon period of COD 2020 wears off, do you think that this BR can remain popular, even if it gets a bunch of content updates?
I think it could. I think it only sounds weird to you right now because, like, nobody plays Blackout anymore, so that does sound strange. But, you know, I think this is just the beginning of something that may be the norm. So it just sounds weird to us now, but when COD 2020 comes out, it could still have a huge player base. I mean, like I was saying, it's basically going to be just its own standalone game. It's not like it's not going to be like people are saying, oh, I'm going to go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's like, oh, no, we're playing Warzone, which they think of as like a totally different game in that it's almost not Call of Duty. Because like half these streamers that are playing it have never once played multiplayer and never will.
That's fair.
They're just playing it because it's a BR. And if COD 2020 isn't going to have a BR, which...
That's a good point.
Maybe won't, you know, then I could see it even making more sense.
That's a really good point you raise. For those people who don't play multiplayer, then my consideration means nothing. But I think for the multiplayer players, it's going to be, at best case scenario, it's going to be fucking weird to be playing a BR on a different Call of Duty titles platform. And Warzone, like it or not, is going to be inextricably linked with Modern Warfare because it's the exact same game. I mean, it looks exactly the same, exact same weapons. It's the same thing. It's just the BR version. And I also don't like that they are, even if I was a BR enthusiast, I would not like that Call of Duty, Activision Blizzard, has decided to put all of their BR chips into the Modern Warfare iteration basket of the BR, because what is Modern Warfare's biggest problem? Visibility. Guess where visibility is the most important? In a BR where you have to be able to see people 360 degrees at extreme distances.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, we'll see what the future holds. And I think your point about most people who play Warzone, or a lot of people who play Warzone, don't play multiplayer. That is a really good and fair point. But another thing is, if you were a fan of Blackout and you're a fan of this BR, you should not be super happy that there isn't going to be a new BR next year, because they can add more content for this BR, but they can't really fundamentally improve it. So
maps, new maps, a lot of them. 2 to 3 new maps, 4 new maps.
That's super ambitious. We've gotten 0 new maps and it's been out for what, 3 months?
Well, it has been confirmed there's another map coming. Not confirmed by Infinity Ward, but confirmed by leakers.
Is that in the notes? Because I didn't fucking see this. Hey, I didn't see that. Did you write this down?
I thought it was in there.
Well, this is news to me, the co-host of the Dropshot, Call of Duty podcast.
Well, hey, maybe we should touch on that real quick.
Why don't you go fetch that and I'll move on to the next point.
I already have it. It's not really
just paste it in the fucking notes.
Okay, I'm trying to find it.
Stupid bitch. All right, let's move on here. So anyways, that is interesting though. It's interesting that they plan to do that. We will see see how it works. And my other point on this subject was going to be, so Infinity Ward said, as long as it remains popular, they are going to continue supporting Warzone. What constitutes remains popular? How many players need to continue playing for it to be, quote, popular still? because it's certainly not going to have 60 million players in a month, in a year. That's certainly not going to happen. So how many players does it need to concurrently have to be deemed popular in their eyes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's the average concurrent player right now. I have no idea what the average is.
I don't know, but I mean, 60
I would say
in a
20%
month,
of. I would
60
say
million in a month.
20%. 20% of the average now would still be successful for them. I think, in like say in 6 months, 8 months.
Yeah, yeah. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. It's like there's going to be a lot of speculation regardless about how that's going to go. And I don't think even they know what the plans are going to be. Because as they said here, they're hoping it's longer than usual. It's just going to depend on how many people continue playing it. So those are all interesting points. Viking, holy shit. 4,750 more bits from the vaping fucking Viking himself. Viking has given like 8 million subs and 8 million bits today alone. Viking, so generous, dude. Thank you so much, man. I really fucking appreciate you, dude. Very kind of you. This man gets a fucking ticket and still is just ready to just fucking throw those bans, dude. So, Viking, thank you so much, man. Very kind of you. I hope that ticket doesn't amount to too much, by the way. Keep us posted on that, especially if you're in the Discord. But if you're not, then you can maybe let us know on Saturday if you're here. Rigo, what's up, dude? Do we know any count for the last months? I do not know specifically, but I know that they had 60 million within a 30-day period. Unique users, I think it was, which is fucking insane. Or maybe unique accounts, but still, that's insane. So anyways, let's move on here. So here's the next point. Another little article we have here. Rumor COD Warzone to see map revamp. According to a new report from VGC outlet, what the fuck is this? Video Games Chronicle. Okay. Which is accurately leaked information on the Call of Duty franchise. So have we. Go to the last episode, or the episode before that. The new bunker teases that users have found in Call of Duty Warzone are being built in such a way that they will trigger some sort of a map revamp for the game. So this is where we're getting into speculation territory, Twitch chat and RSS feed listeners. With the newest update that released this week for MW and Warzone, users have found key cards to access a variety of bunkers, which we went over. In those bunkers, users have found nuclear warheads, screens showcasing a variety of unknown points, new weapons, and more. And then Video Game Chronicle says that they have been told that this nuclear warhead teaser is going to lead to a new map, or excuse me, is going to lead to a map revamp of sorts, similar to how Fortnite revamped their maps. And this is an allusion to things we've been hearing out of official and unofficial sources for weeks now, and that we've gone over on this podcast, specifically referencing Fortnite. And a quote from VGC says, "It's likely that the nuclear warhead discovered under Warzone's map will be used to trigger a map revamp, similar to how Fortnite used an in-game event to transition to Chapter 2. Don't know what that means. So VGC alongside Eurogamer both report that the nuclear warheads and other Cold War-based items found are teasing COD 2020, which is set to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which we're going to get into later. We are unable to verify this information at the time of this writing. It seems to be teasing Season 4 of the game for now. Tanner, any thoughts on this? Because this article was kind of light on details. What specifically did they find that alluded to a change in the map and how that would tie into COD 2020?
No, it's just people guessing because they're saying Russians, nuclear weapons. If if 2020 is based in the Cold War era, that's what people are speculating. But like I said, like nukes and Russia is in every modern day video game, so it's not really that surprising. It's just people guessing at this point. And then the other thing is just leakers, so it's like we don't know how they got this info. They're just telling us it was leaked, and they found this, and then we choose to either believe it or not. But the next link there is just a tweet that basically says that.
Interesting. Syken, I did get it off IKEA. Viking is correct, and also it does not have a shelf on the bottom. It was also very cheap, and it's fucking huge. I strongly recommend it. If you ask in Discord, I can give you the name of the desk. Okay, so that's interesting. And then we have more details on this as well. Here's another allusion to some more shit coming up. If you guys have this Call of Duty companion app, then you will have seen this probably. And if not, I recommend you get it. But they sent a notification teasing an upcoming Warzone event. And then in the notification, you can see it here. Fuck. Here we go. Eyes only confidential to Armistice senior operators. Subject tactical alert. Body. On 19th of May at 23:37 Zulu. I don't know what Zulu means there. Coalition SIG int. I don't know what that means either. Something intelligence, I suspect. Intercepted flash traffic from AQ Regional Command outside Verdansk. Message calls for a priority IP call with an unknown. Suspected recipient is target Denver. Timing of meeting unknown. Suspected for 21st of May, which is tomorrow, Thursday. So, location to be confirmed. Surveillance activity has been authorized. Maintain vigilance on comms for location of enemy surveillance. So a little bit of a cryptic message there. They're role playing, as you can see. Fuck, where did this thing go? Let me find it again. Here we are. Sorry about that, boys. There's nothing here. Okay, so have you seen anything about what this is going to entail? Besides just a mere event, Tanner?
Nobody has a clue. I've looked at like the leakers' Twitter. Nobody has any idea. People keep commenting on all the leakers' Twitter posts. They're like, do you know what time this is coming? Do you know what's happening? They don't have a clue. But something is going to happen tomorrow. Now, will it be live? I don't know, because you would think they would say that and announce a time or something like Fortnite did.
Live,
so
like the Fortnite concert?
Yeah, so I very highly doubt it's going to be anything live. Maybe it's going to be absolutely nothing in-game, and it's just going to be the trailer for COD 2020, and nothing's going to happen in-game.
That's possible, too. There are a lot of...
well just be that.
There are a lot of possibilities. Here's what I can tell you is going to happen. It is going to be a live event. And here's what's going to happen. Tomorrow, a patch is going to go live. It's going to tell you that there's an update available. Your game requires a restart. You're going to restart your game, and then something is going to be changed. There's never going to be an in-game fucking concert like Fortnite. There's never going to be anything cool or innovative or different. This game, and let me be abundantly clear here, this game cannot even do patch notes correctly. They can't patch the game correctly. They can't make the changes that they intend to make correctly. They can explicitly say that they've changed things that they haven't changed. They can change things and then completely omit them from their patch notes. So to think that they have the capacity to make a live in-game event such that players can actually participate in this event in-game, a la Fortnite, is fucking absurd. So if you have your fingers crossed for something like this to happen, go put out your cookies for Santa Claus in a nice tall glass of milk while you fucking write a letter to the Easter Bunny, because it's not happening categorically. This dev team, that is so beyond their capability that it is laughable to think that there's going to be some live in-game event. So if you had that idea in your head, Make like Marco Rubio and dispel with the notion. It is never going to happen, period. So the best thing that this could be referring to, I think, would be a new map. Is a new map likely? Absolutely not. Do I think a new map is coming? Absolutely not. I think at best, realistically, we're going to see a change in the current map. Similar to like Arsenal Sandstorm or Jungle Flooded in Black Ops 4. Like it's just going to be, it's the map you know and love, whatever, and it's going to be changed in some capacity. And we have some more details on that in that vein. So let's see. And here's one of them. So Tanner's pulled up a little tweet for us. Modern Warzone. And is this guy like a, who the fuck is this kid, Tanner? Why should we trust Modern Warzone? Because there's no blue check mark.
Okay. Well, do any of the leakers have blue check marks? No.
Fair.
Hey, does Infinity Ward have a blue check mark? And they still give us patch notes that are completely wrong and the opposite of what they actually did?
True.
Yeah.
True.
So don't ever mention the blue check mark
again. Does the Dropshot LLC have blue check marks?
Well, we don't have our own Twitter account. If we did, we'd have one. Okay,
no, we don't have blue check marks, and we have made accurate leaks. That's my point. So, anyways, so apparently this guy's leaked some shit, and Modern Warzone says, quote, "By the way, for all those questioning me about Urzikstan, yes, I did confirm it is coming, and I guess Urzikstan is the name of the new Warzone map. No, I did not confirm that it would be soon, or that it was happening with this Easter egg. I received confirmation that Urzikstan will be used as a second map at some point. No idea when." So we're probably going to be getting a second Warzone map. This is hardly a leak because, especially in light of the article in which they said that they plan to extend Warzone's life cycle for as long as people keep playing it, of course there's going to be a new map. That is unsurprising to me. Totally unsurprising. What would be surprising is if it was relatively soon. I would be shocked if we had a new Warzone map tomorrow. Shocked. Completely aghast. But that's not happening. You heard it here first. So keep that in mind. So to say that this constitutes a leak and to link it in my notes for the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast is a fucking disgrace. Because all this says is there's gonna be a new Warzone map sometime. There, at some point in the future, there's gonna be a new Warzone map. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, thanks.
No, what's gonna be really funny is when the new map drops in like a day or in a week.
It won't, dude. It won't. There's no way. I will clip this and I'll at you and I'll Venmo you $100 if that happens. So, stupid bitch. So keep that in mind. So anyways, sorry for wasting your time, listeners, with that. But in all seriousness, it's interesting that it would be named Urzikstan. Some real COD lore nerds could probably glean some actionable intel from that. So anyway, we'll get a new map. But yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I just don't suspect it would be soon. And then here is another more pertinent detail. So Tanner did one thing right here. So this is again Modern Warzone quote. "So the spillways throughout Warzone now have a teeny tiny amount of water running through them. I also personally saw an image file today of someone parachuting near the top of dam, and behind them you can see water rushing down the dam. It's happening, boys. Hashtag COD thaw." So evidently there was no water coming out of those spillways, and now there is a trickling amount of water. Is this new information? Because I thought we talked about this, Tanner.
No, I think this is more coming out now. This is okay. Modern Warzone on Twitter is the guy that's pretty much been on top of all the Warzone leaks. It was the gaming revolution just for the game leaks in general, but I haven't seen his name in a long time. I think he's banned again on Twitter. Have you seen him?
No.
He still posts YouTube videos every once in a while, but he doesn't ever tweet anymore. So I think he's been banned for the 12th time. So this guy is all we have to follow, and he puts out good info on Warzone, but it's just strictly Warzone, and he knows a lot about it.
Okay.
So
well,
I would believe everything he says. He's put out a lot of info over the last month or so that has been correct.
I don't disbelieve him, but I thought I actually vividly remember us talking about how the Warzone map might start flooding. And I don't know if we speculated that. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if you, Tanner, speculated that. I don't know if you read that other people speculated that. Or I don't know if these spillways started leaking water way sooner than today.
Did we start? I think
Do you
what we
remember
leaked
this
last
conversation?
time was there were cracks.
No, hold on, stop.
That the dam was cracking. There wasn't water flowing through it yet. Why would this guy who has 15,000 followers that does Call of Duty Warzone leaks just mention today that water's flowing? Yes, we talked about it. That's what I'm saying. But I think it was just cracks maybe.
In that case, you called it exactly right. You said, what if like water started coming out of them? So you should take some credit for that, unless you read it somewhere else.
Well, that's pretty obvious. What else would a crack in a dam be? Jesus. Of course it's water.
That's fair. Okay. Well, interesting. If the only change in the map is that it gets flooded, I'm going to be fucking furious.
We're not going to play anymore, yeah.
Here's what I'll do. I don't know. I was going to make a dumb joke, but it doesn't matter. So let's move on. Anyway. Interesting. I'm hoping that what happens is not merely a bunch of water comes out of the fucking dam. Like this is Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans in 2000. What was it? 7?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to the citizens of Louisiana. But if that's the only big change to the map, it would be such a massive letdown in my opinion. Especially because water adds nothing to the experience other than inconveniencing me. Just like Jungle Flooded. That's why Jungle Flooded was such a bad map. It was an inconvenience, and it was new and shiny and exciting for the 10 seconds between me spawning and then me running to the body of water. And then once I got to the body of water, the new shininess wore off, and then the reality set in that now I have to swim through this water like an asshole and then get fucked in the ass from some dude who's standing on top of the fucking ledge and just fucks my mouth while I'm here swimming like I'm at the fucking 24-hour fitness down the street. So let's keep that in mind. We're going to hope that the only change is not, we're going to hope that there is not only one change and that change is a bunch of water in the map. English.
It took a while, yeah.
It took me a long time.
That was a tough sentence to get out.
It was tough, yeah. Well, don't patronize me, cunt. So another little item here. Got a lot of leaks today. Like I said, a lot of news items. This one amuses me. So I'm so cynical about Infinity Ward now. I'm just so cynical. So this article does nothing to assuage my concerns. Infinity Ward says they're aware of concerns over Modern Warfare download size is the title of this article. Are they really though? Because we've heard this exact statement and we've covered it on this podcast before. And then what did they do to us, Tanner? They released a 30 gigabyte patch to patch in 2 more maps and a couple changes to weapons. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a game developer, but 2 maps is not fucking 30 gigabytes of data. So let's start there. Don't believe you, iDub. Start there. And let's see here. So this is, I suspect, in the same interview with US Gamer that we were going over earlier. The director of production, Paul Haley, said that the studio is cognizant, college word, of the overall size of the game and working to manage the overall footprint over the title of the title is what they meant to say. That's why I struggled with that. I have a question, Tanner and listeners. When we have a 30 gigabyte patch for Modern Warfare, does that take our game size that is currently on our hard drive and add 30 gigabytes to the total? Or do at least some of those gigabytes replace existing files on the hard drive such that the total addition to our hard drive space is less than those 30 gigabytes? Do you know?
I'm almost positive a lot of it is replacing other content.
Okay.
But it's still definitely a sizable download. Like, it's not that full 30. I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's 25 still, but it is replacing and rewriting other things that are saved. That's what my insider source actually told me last week. We were talking about that. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
He did say it replaced other.
Our insider source.
Yeah. Our.
Don't get snarky. Don't get snarky,
mine.
And also don't reveal any more details than you need to. That is interesting though. Okay. If that's the case, then I'm actually not that mad about it, to be honest with you. It depends on how much greater the entire file size is getting. That's how I feel about it. Because if it's a 30 gigabyte patch and it's only 5 more gigabytes of total space on your hard drive, then quit bitching, patch it while you sleep, and when you wake up, it'll be done. Fucking calm down, kid. But if it's adding 25 gigabytes, then fair, you know. Now, I have oodles and oodles of hard drive space because I'm a content creator. But not everyone's a content creator. So, you know, I understand the concerns. And if you're a console peasant, then it's a lot harder for you to expand your storage space. So get a PC. We said it before. But also, I hear your concerns. So we have a quote from someone. MW and Warzone are both massive experiences, okay, with tons of ways to play and new content being added regularly, okay, and we are cognizant of the overall download size. Haley wrote in an email. As a team, we're committed to updating the game with new free content, of course, but have also, I like how he says it's free. He just slides that in to like make excuses for himself. Like, yeah, right. listen, I know our game is 4 terabytes, but it's free. Come on, it's free. Don't BM me. As if I wasn't required to download your free content updates to play the game. That I paid for, by the way. So, but I've also taken steps for overall footprint management, including a DLC pack management screen for console users. Okay. There's no DLC in the game. What does this even mean? There's no DLC packs in the game. What is he talking about?
On console, there is.
No, there's not. You can't just
that's
choose
what they
to
call
not
them.
download.
They're like, no, yes, there's like Spec Ops packs. There's different things you can uninstall.
Oh, Spec Ops, I guess. Okay. All right.
Shit
whatever.
like that. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I don't have it on
I
console.
can't just choose to not download Hard Hat if I don't have space on my hard drive.
No.
That's what I'm saying. These are almost all compulsory. This allows players to pick and choose which DLC packs they want to keep and remove the others to recover more space. So, okay, this is the pertinent point. After this week's update, Modern Warfare full package sits at around 185 gigs on PC and 150 on console in total. That's big. That is a thick game. A thick game.
Thicky boy.
And it's kind of unacceptable. So I just thought it was amusing that they dared to say that. So keep that in mind. So, oh fuck, hold on. Give me 1 second, boys. Accidentally closed this. Let's see here. Coming back. Another small little announcement here. Updates on CDL. In-game rewards for watching are on the way. So, we don't cover CDL too much on this podcast because, frankly, we don't care that much about it. We care even less about it now that it's played online. That removes a lot of the drama from the experience, in my opinion.
For sure.
I was actually watching them on weekends, like in the morning when I was just fucking around before I like started working on something. But now that they're all online, it's just not, I don't know. It's not exciting to watch for me anymore. And that's mainly because they're all on console, but also because they're not there in real life. It's just, I don't know. It kind of removes all of the theater of it, as it were. But anyways, we're going to cover this point briefly because it can pertain to really anyone. This will be the first time that COD Esports is offering rewards for watching since COD World War II, which was an excellent game, where players were given supply drops. In MDub, players will get League-themed cosmetics by watching. So the details of what those rewards will be for watching have not been announced yet. But if you're a fan of the pro scene, then you're going to get these either way. But it's also interesting to me how this is going to work because it's all streamed on YouTube. Because I know they already have the Twitch Prime, the Twitch in general, like, drops enabled streams. Drops are enabled on this stream, by the way. Schema already set up, but I don't know how that would work for YouTube. So that's going to be interesting. But nonetheless, if you can go into your YouTube settings and link it to your Call of Duty account, figure it out, and then you can get some exclusive rewards, but they haven't been announced yet. So I wouldn't worry about it too much yet. And then go ahead, Tanner.
It does say down below, it's emblem sprays and animated calling cards.
Yeah. So the same shit, basically.
Okay.
But if you're a CDL fanboy, like a CDL themed calling card would be very cool to you. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. So go ahead.
Also, just keep in mind they said animated calling cards, so you're going to get an animated FaZe Clan calling card for watching 10 minutes of gameplay on YouTube, but for getting a nuclear 30 gun kills in a row, no street kills, in Call of Duty 2019 Modern Warfare Game of the Year Edition multiplayer, you get a calling card that's not animated. So just remember that.
The nuclear calling card is animated.
Oh shit, it is, huh? I was thinking of
I hit the wrong
Black
button.
Ops.
Retard, idiot, bitch.
Yeah, I was thinking Black Ops.
Yeah, you. Well, the Black Ops calling card
Well,
I
that's
would
the thing.
take over this one.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Black Ops one is better looking, but it's not animated.
Okay. Well, so Tanner's had a couple too many monkey businesses or
I've had,
whatever the
like,
fuck it's
3.
called. Face Squire with the fucking 1,000 biddies, dude. Let's fucking go. Face Squire. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. I don't recognize your screen name, but I do recognize bits. And also, I very much appreciate that, dude. That's very kind of you. It's very generous. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Dropshot, sir. Live. You've made it. You've arrived, as they say. I appreciate the 1,000 bits, dude. Thank you so much. Very kind, very kind, very kind. And so to move on here, I've saved the most speculative and the most interesting to me for last. And that is this article right the fuck here. Call of Duty 2020 will reportedly be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. A new rumor has been posted on Twitter by Okami, who has leaked accurate info on the COD franchise in the past. And he claims to reveal the name of the 2020 Call of Duty game. And he said that name is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. He used an image of Black Ops 1's box art. Don't care. Okay, so Activision has not officially announced the details or name of COD 2020. The company has been very hush-hush this term. You should hyphenate those. And has not even officially confirmed Treyarch as the lead developer for the year's game. The rumors for COD 2020 have been circulating, suggesting the game is set in the Cold War era and has connections to the Black Ops world, which would line up with the name. Activision has not announced any details on the 2020 game, and we don't have a reveal time frame yet. COD games usually get announced by May, with MDub last year being revealed at the end of May. So, COD War Call of Duty 2020, Black Ops Cold War. Tanner, your thoughts?
What did we think it was going to be? Vietnam, right?
Yes.
That's what the first speculation was Vietnam?
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah. I don't know. It's sounding more and more like the Black Helicopters. Tomorrow's event is going to announce this.
You
with
think
the Russians and the nuclear weapons. That's what everyone's thinking.
So you think the event... Okay, so I'm not asking what everyone thinks. I'm asking... Event in scare quotes, yes. Whatever that is going to be, do you personally think it is going to tie into an announcement of next year's game, or do you think it's merely going to be an event for Warzone?
I'm kind of thinking it'll be both. I think something's going to happen to the map. Whether it be major or not, I'm not sure. But like I told you last week, and I said it, our insider source didn't have info he could provide, but he did say there were big changes coming this week that people were going to be very excited about.
Right.
So I'm thinking there could be a small in-game change, maybe just the dam breaks. You know, hey, just small. Maybe the whole map becomes flooded. Just kidding. I hope not.
I hope not.
I think there could be a small in-game event happening that's also going to tie in with the reveal of this game, COD 2020.
So,
and if that's wrong, we'll just post the podcast a day late and we'll remove this part.
Okay.
So I get it correct this time.
I'll
Duos next week.
I'll
by
let
the
my
way.
editor know. It's me, by the way. So that is interesting. So for those of you who have never read a book, the Cold War takes place after the Vietnam War. So this would actually be quite different than Call of Duty Vietnam would be. Number one, the campaign would likely not take place primarily in Southeast Asia, if at all. And I mean, the Cold War had some hot war elements historically, but Call of Duty has veered fairly significantly from historical events in the past. So who knows where it would take place campaign-wise. But Cold War time era, it would be interesting as far as multiplayer is concerned to see what those weapons and attachments will entail. And my biggest concern is that we talked about on a previous podcast episode how weird it would be and how unlikely we found it to have operators with operator abilities in a Vietnam era setting. Now, the further into the future you go, the more plausible dumb operator bullshit becomes. So, while the Cold War is certainly not a futuristic setting or even a contemporary setting, it is more in the future with more advanced technology than existed in the Vietnam War era. And as such, it increases the likelihood, however slightly, that operator abilities will be reintroduced to the game, given that this is a Treyarch title and Treyarch has had operator abilities in their COD releases for the past few releases now. So, Tanner, do you think, assuming that this will be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, do you still hold the belief that there will not be a return to operator abilities?
Correct. That is correct. I don't believe operator abilities will be in this game. I think they'll maybe work a little bit more on the customization end like this game had, and maybe lay off the operators in this one. I mean, it's not going to have the level of customization as this game. I know that for a fact, but I don't think operators will be in this game.
Interesting. I'm still really hoping not. And by the time this game started being developed, the Overwatch hype died. And that is my whole conspiracy theory
Black helicopters
on why operator abilities were even introduced initially back in BO3 is because when that game was being developed, Overwatch was all hype. Or maybe, I don't even know if it was released at that time, actually. I think it was. And they wanted to piggyback on the success of Overwatch, however fleeting it would turn out to be. Hindsight's 2020. So I'm hoping that since this game entered development well after the decline of Overwatch and the decline of operator-like abilities, that they wised up and did away with them. I would hope. So. Corey, that is technically true. The Cold War is from 47 to 1991. Technically.
Read a book, idiot.
Okay. In popular culture, the Cold War takes place after the Vietnam War. Because the United States, especially from an American's perspective, no one thinks of Cold War between, 47 and whenever NOM started, which I think was, I don't know when NOM started. Late 60s, early 70s?
No,
I think
it was
of
like
after
early
that.
60s.
I don't think so.
Yes, it was. Wasn't it?
Let's find out. Man, I might get exposed for not reading books here.
55.
That's a Monka S. No.
55 to 75.
Okay, U.S. involvement. U.S. involvement. There's no way U.S. got involved in 55. Otherwise, you guys should unsubscribe from this podcast and rate it 1 star before you go, if that's the case. So let's see. U.S. exit and final campaigns. Whoa, dude, I might be totally fucked on this. I need to fucking read a book, dude.
Yeah, read a book, forehead.
No way. Johnson's escalation was in 63. Kennedy's escalation was in 61. Wow. Yeah. You guys are right. I'm shit. So, everyone go ahead and unsubscribe from this podcast. Rate it 1 star before you go on iTunes. Look, it's been a good run, but I've officially been canceled. I've been outed. I'm also going to cut this from the RSS feed. So unless you're here live, you're never going to hear me making a factual error. Okay. Or copping to it. So suck my cock. I'm kidding, obviously. And if you're listening to this on iTunes, you'll know that I was joking. But Corey, I will buy you a coffee. Where do you live? If you are in my vicinity, I'll buy you a coffee. Hit me on Discord. Anyways, let's finish this fucking podcast up because I want to play some Warzone. Last couple things I wanted to go over. Cold War era, whatever. That would be interesting. If it was going to be the Vietnam, if it was going to be like Vietnam themed, I don't think they would name it Cold War. I think they would name it Vietnam. So there is a kernel of truth amidst my my cloud of ignorance. So that is at least one silver lining. So Black Ops Cold War is going to either be before NOM or after NOM. And I suspect it will be after NOM. Just because this is a game that is made for Americans by Americans. And when most Americans think Cold War, they think post-Vietnam Cold War. Mm-hmm. I would guess, but I don't know. I'm going to read some books and then get back to you guys on that. But we'll see what happens with that. Too big a hurry with the 400 biddies. Let's fucking go, dude. Thank you for those 400 bits, dude. Honor and a privilege to have you here, and I appreciate the support, despite the fact that I'm a fucking idiot, which has been made clear. I've been exposed, and you heard it here first. You heard it here live. So, last couple things I wanted to go over. I have been converted to the MP5. I've talked shit about the MP5 on this podcast, thinking that the MP7 was better. I think for Warzone, the MP7 still might be better, but that only depends on what your other weapon is. So if your other weapon is like a sniper rifle, MP7's better. If your other weapon is an assault rifle, MP5 is better. The reason for that, the MP5 is way more disgusting up close than I remembered. And the reason I know that is I recently started using the MP5 again, not with the 10 mil rounds, with the 45 round mag. And I'm killing kids so fucking fast that it's disgusting. I've just had a disgusting fucking tear through the Hard Hat 24/7 playlist, running around just dicking kids down with my MP5, no Epstein. It's been absolutely fun and fantastic. But every engagement on Hard Hat that I take with an MP5, and you can choose your engagements, maybe we can make a video about that or do an episode about that, is close range, is advantageous to the MP5. And up close, within 20 meters, probably, I would say, the MP5 is like second to none. I didn't realize how fucking gross this gun was. So keep those things in mind. Do you ever use it, Tanner?
I haven't used it since that update. I've still only used the 10 mil, so I definitely need to try those.
Dude,
just regular 9 mil rounds.
Strongly recommend you use it.
Yeah. Okay. When should I restart?
Now.
Okay.
And by the way, keep in mind, if you're here live, we will be playing some Warzone with Tanner, so stick around. I also have the next 5 days off of work. I had some PTO saved up, and Monday is a national holiday. I think it's Memorial Day. So F's in the chat for all of our fallen veterans lying to rest on... fuck! God damn it. I'm going to think of it in a second. And it should be in Arlington Cemetery. That's what I meant to say. So F's in the chat for those boys. Memorial Day is on Monday, and we're off work. So I had a bunch of PTO saved up. So I asked for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm off anyway, and then Monday off. 6 days in a row. So expect some changes around the Discord, the stream, the YouTube channel, etc. Most of you will not notice most of the changes, but I'm going to be doing a lot of work in this time to try and grow the pod, make it higher quality for you boys. And then Tanner has a note here that says in all caps, quote, breaking news PC build. So I don't know what that means. We're going to have to wait for Tanner's PC to restart, and it's going to take a while because he has an i5. So nonetheless, we will be playing some Warzone, so stick around. I'll take this time to give some acknowledgments and some thanks. What do we have here? So big shout out to Your Deductible, by the way. You might be an Australian cunt, a good cunt from Australia, because you gave me 740 bits, 1,740 bits offline today, which is extremely generous of you, and I appreciate it. And I wasn't streaming, so thanks for doing that. And I don't think you're here live. I don't think I've seen you here live. But if you are a good cunt from Australia, that means you listen to the podcast and you're listening to this. So I wanted to say thank you, sir. I do appreciate the biddies, even if they were offline. That is very kind of you, very generous, and thank you so much. And I'm glad that you listen to the pod. So thanks, dude. Very, very appreciated. And then I got a metric fuck ton of follows. I can't go through them anymore. I don't have the time. Vaping Viking for gifting. Again, I don't have the time to count them up. I don't have my abacus here, but you gave probably 50 subs today, which is fucking insane. So thank you so much for the continued support, my friend. I will mull over your tattoo proposition although no promises there. And also Vaping Viking for the 1 million bits that you gave. I don't know why you like this podcast so much, to be honest. And here's what's particularly what's the word I'm looking for? Indiscernible would be one word. It's not the word I was looking for, but I can't think of it. And I'm not going to delay this podcast further by trying to think of the precise word I was looking for. But the one thing that I find the most, hard to understand is you're obviously fairly well off if you're just fucking throwing money around like this. And I appreciate it deeply. But my question is, what is a grown-ass man of this status? What is a person of that ilk enjoy about this frivolous podcast about a video game? It's very weird to me. And it's not like I'm not trying to slight you, obviously. I enjoy the podcast. And there's nothing more that I like listening to than myself talk. So you're not going to find a bigger fan of the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, than twitch.tv/Razanon. Let's be abundantly fucking clear about that. But when someone who's an actual, like, successful person in the world agrees with that point, with that standpoint, with that point of view, which you ostensibly do, given the insane support you've given to Tanner and I am not concerned. I am curious what the appeal is. But regardless of how nebulous that appeal is, I do very much appreciate the support. So for all the gifted subs, for all the biddies, very kind of you, very much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Edge Conquest with the sub, thank you as well. Nicomas as well, another one, a real one. He's balls deep in the Discord, which I very much appreciate and love. And he also gave out 8,000 subs today. So, Nicomas, I would echo the exact same sentiments to you that I just did to Vaping Viking. I greatly appreciate it. Super kind of you. We appreciate it so much. Hold on. Fuck, that felt good. We appreciate the support and very generous, very kind, and thank you so much, dude. Nick, really appreciate it. And again, we really appreciate you in the Discord, man. You're fucking lighting that shit up. Make sure you link it so that you show up as a sub, dude. If you need help, let me know. Reach out and I'll figure it out for you, for sure. Claptimus Prime for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. J Pharmacus as well for the biddies and the 10 gifted subs and the sub yourself, dude. I'm glad you could make it here live. Very kind of all of you guys. And Claptimus has been around for quite a while. I appreciate the 5 more gifted subs. That is very kind. Thank you, sir. Pharmacus, first time here, and I'm glad you could make it. Young Itch with the tier 3 sub. One of my first subs. My very first tier 3 sub. You know I love you, Itch. Face Squire as well for the 1,000 biddies. And of course, Too Big a Hurry for the 400 biddies. I thank you all very much for the support on this continued journey, and hopefully we can keep doing this pod and then get some more content for you guys if I can quit my shit 9-to-5 job. But we're going to need sponsors and advertisers for that. So make sure you share the podcast with your friends. Viking says, I've been gaming since 1990. Damn, okay. And this keeps me up to date, makes me feel a little younger. Well, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, Tanner and I had a theory that we're old enough to relate to people older than us, but we're also young enough to be aspirational figures for the Zoomers, which is why we kind of are in a unique spot. That is my theory, which I will hold to. But if you've been gaming since 1990, you must have been at least 13, I would say. So you are 13 plus 30 in your 40s, I would guess. So that makes sense. I was born in 92, and so was Tanner. My first game was Crash Bandicoot. Yours was probably Pong. Which is great. You love to see it. So thank you for being our drug smuggling sugar daddy, Viking. In all seriousness, we do appreciate it. We do love it. We've also been very surprised at all of the people much older than us that have been following us on Twitter. I mean, I'm genuinely surprised that we're getting as much love from people older than us as we are. But I think that's a function of the fact that we are almost 30 years old. As much as I hate to admit it, we're kind of almost adults. Now, I do live with my parents, and Tanner does live off the backs of Social Security checks from his invalid grandmother. So, listen, we're not grown-ass men or anything, but chronologically, we're old enough to at least, in theory, appeal to people that are perhaps even older than ourselves. But Tanner's itching to get this fucking party started. Thank you all for watching. It has been real. The support is fucking insane. Join the goddamn Discord. It has been an honor and a privilege to do this podcast for you, and we will continue twice a week at a minimum as long as I don't get canceled. So don't hack me and read my DMs, because I will be canceled if that's the case. Have an excellent evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.